To determine the maximum load in amps for the generator, you can use a specific formula. The formula is maximum load amps equals generator wattage divided by line voltage times the square root of 3. In this scenario, the generator wattage is 28,000 watts and the line voltage after the modification is 480 volts. Therefore, we can substitute these values into the formula. Maximum load amps equals 28,000 watts divided by 480 volts times the square root of 3. Solving this equation, we find that the maximum load amps is approximately 35 amps. It's important to note that this calculation is based on a purely resistive load. If dealing with inductive or capacitive loads, directing the load may be necessary to ensure safe operation. The original nameplate indicates a 100 amp breaker, which suggests that the generator is capable of providing a higher current than the calculated 35 amps. However, consulting the manufacturer's specifications for the maximum current rating under standby duty is essential. The generator's wattage is specified as 28 kilowatts, indicating its capacity to provide this amount of power continuously without overloading. Standby duty generators are typically designed for short-term operation, such as during power outages, and may not be suitable for continuous operation at maximum load. Consider these additional factors for a comprehensive understanding of the generator's capabilities and limitations. Let's delve deeper into the concepts and considerations surrounding generator load calculations and standby duty operation. Firstly, it's crucial to understand the distinction between resistive, inductive, and capacitive loads. A purely resistive load, such as an incandescent light bulb or heating element, consumes electrical power in a straightforward manner, converting it directly into heat or light. In contrast, inductive loads such as motors and transformers store energy in a magnetic field, while capacitive loads such as capacitors and some electronic devices store energy in an electric field. These reactive components introduce phase shifts between voltage and current, which can affect the overall power factor and efficiency of the generator. When dealing with inductive or capacitive loads, it's essential to consider the power factor, which represents the ratio of real power to apparent power. A lower power factor indicates a greater proportion of reactive power, which can strain the generator and reduce its overall capacity. In such cases, directing the load may be necessary to prevent overloading and ensure stable operation. Secondly, consulting the manufacturer's specifications for the generator is paramount. The nameplate provides valuable information about the generator's rated voltage, current, frequency, and power output. However, it's equally important to review the manufacturer's documentation for detailed specifications regarding standby duty operation, directing factors for different types of loads, and recommended maintenance procedures. The manufacturer's specifications will provide a more accurate assessment of the generator's capabilities and limitations under specific operating conditions. Thirdly, understanding the characteristics of standby duty generators is crucial. Standby generators are designed to provide backup power during power outages or emergencies. They are typically not intended for continuous operation at maximum load. Standby generators often have a limited runtime and may require periodic maintenance and inspections to ensure their reliability and performance. It's important to follow the manufacturer's recommendations for standby generator operation, including regular testing, maintenance, and fuel management. Consider the generator's fuel consumption rate and ensure an adequate supply of fuel for extended power outages. Fourthly, it's essential to consider the generator's voltage regulation capabilities. Voltage regulation refers to the generator's ability to maintain a stable output voltage under varying load conditions. A well-regulated generator will provide a consistent voltage output, even as the load increases or decreases. Poor voltage regulation can lead to voltage fluctuations, which can damage sensitive electronic equipment and affect the overall performance of the electrical system. Check the generator's voltage regulation specifications and ensure that it meets the requirements of the connected loads. Fifthly, consider the generator's harmonic distortion characteristics. Harmonic distortion refers to the presence of unwanted harmonic frequencies in the generator's output voltage waveform. These harmonics can be generated by nonlinear loads, such as electronic devices and variable frequency drives. Excessive harmonic distortion can cause overheating of electrical equipment, interference with communication systems, and reduce power quality. Check the generator's harmonic distortion specifications and ensure that it meets the requirements of the connected loads. If necessary, consider using harmonic filters or line reactors to mitigate harmonic distortion. Sixthly, it is paramount to ensure that all electrical installations and connections meet the requirements of the National Electrical Code, or NEC. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for safe and reliable electrical installations, including grounding, wiring methods, overcurrent protection, and equipment clearances. Adhering to the NEC requirements is crucial for preventing electrical hazards and ensuring the safety of personnel and property. Consult a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to ensure compliance with the NEC and other applicable codes and standards. Seventhly, the generator's altitude and ambient temperature rating must also be taken into account. Generator performance can be affected by altitude and ambient temperature. At higher altitudes, the air density is lower, which can reduce the generator's power output. Similarly, high ambient temperatures can lead to overheating and reduce generator performance. Check the generator's altitude and ambient temperature rating and adjust the load accordingly. If necessary, consider using forced air cooling or other methods to mitigate the effects of altitude and temperature. Eighthly, ensure that the generator is properly grounded. Grounding provides a low impedance path for fault currents, which helps to protect personnel and equipment from electrical shock. The grounding system should comply with the NEC requirements and should be regularly inspected to ensure its integrity. Connect the generator's grounding electrode to a suitable grounding electrode system, such as a ground rod or a metallic water pipe. Ninthly, regularly inspect and maintain the generator. Regular maintenance is essential for ensuring the generator's reliability and performance. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations for maintenance, including oil changes, filter replacements, spark plug replacements, and battery inspections. Keep the generator clean and free from debris. Regularly test the generator under a load to verify its performance and identify any potential problems. Maintain detailed maintenance records to track the generator's service history. Tenthly, consider the use of automatic transfer switches, or ATS. An ATS automatically switches the load from the utility power to the generator power during a power outage. An ATS ensures a seamless transition to backup power, minimizing downtime and preventing damage to sensitive equipment. Choose an ATS that is compatible with the generator's voltage, current, and frequency. Install the ATS according to the manufacturer's instructions and ensure that it is properly configured and tested. 11thly, it is important to ensure proper ventilation for the generator. Generators produce heat and exhaust fumes during operation. Proper ventilation is essential for preventing overheating and ensuring the safe dispersal of exhaust fumes. Locate the generator in a well-ventilated area and provide adequate clearance around the generator for airflow. Install exhaust ducting to vent the exhaust fumes away from occupied areas. Ensure that the ventilation system complies with local codes and regulations. 12thly, consider the generator's noise level. Generators can be noisy during operation. High noise levels can be disruptive to neighbors and can violate local noise ordinances. Choose a generator with a low noise level and consider using sound attenuation measures, such as sound enclosures or mufflers, to reduce the noise level. Locate the generator away from sensitive areas and comply with local noise ordinances. 13thly, ensure that the generator is protected from the elements. Exposure to rain, snow, and other weather conditions can damage the generator and reduce its lifespan. Locate the generator in a sheltered area or provide a weatherproof enclosure to protect it from the elements. Ensure that the enclosure is adequately ventilated to prevent overheating. Regularly inspect the enclosure for damage and make any necessary repairs. 14thly, consider the generator's fuel type and storage requirements. Generators can be powered by gasoline, diesel, natural gas, or propane. Choose a fuel type that is readily available and that meets your specific requirements. Store the fuel in a safe and secure location away from heat and ignition sources. Comply with all applicable regulations for fuel storage and handling. Regularly inspect the fuel storage system for leaks or damage. 15th, consider the use of load management devices. Load management devices can help to optimize the generator's performance and prevent overloading. Load management devices automatically shed non-essential loads during a power outage, ensuring that the generator can supply power to critical loads. Load management devices can also help to reduce the generator's fuel consumption and extend its lifespan. 16th, it is important to provide adequate overcurrent protection for the generator and the connected loads. Overcurrent protection devices such as circuit breakers and fuses protect the electrical system from damage caused by overloads and short circuits. Select overcurrent protection devices that are properly sized for the generator and the connected loads. Ensure that the overcurrent protection devices comply with the NEC requirements and are regularly inspected and tested. 17th, consider the use of surge protection devices, or SPDs. SPD protect the electrical system from voltage surges caused by lightning strikes or other electrical disturbances. Voltage surges can damage sensitive electronic equipment and cause equipment failures. Install SPD in the generator and the connected loads to protect them from voltage surges. Choose SPD that are properly rated for the generator's voltage and current. 18th, ensure that all electrical work is performed by qualified personnel. Electrical work can be dangerous if not performed properly. Hire a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to perform all electrical work on the generator and the connected loads. Ensure that the electrician or engineer is licensed and insured and that they comply with all applicable codes and standards. 19th, maintain accurate records of all electrical work. Accurate records of all electrical work are essential for troubleshooting and maintenance. Keep records of all inspections, tests, repairs, and modifications performed on the generator and the connected loads. Store the records in a safe and accessible location. Use the records to track the generator's performance and identify any potential problems. 20th, review the generator's warranty. The generator's warranty provides protection against defects in materials and workmanship. Review the warranty carefully to understand its terms and conditions. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations for maintenance and operation to ensure that the warranty remains valid. Keep a copy of the warranty in a safe and accessible location. By considering these additional factors, you can gain a more comprehensive understanding of generator load calculations and standby duty operation. Remember to consult the manufacturer's specifications, comply with all applicable codes and standards, and hire qualified personnel to perform all electrical work.